This is going to piss you off, but there always is a silver lining. Make sure you pay attention.
I ain't gonna give in now. I think I'll live this now. I think I'll be when I'ma kill this stuff real quick. I'ma go take it to town, cause I gotta be that king in the ring when I'm knocking him out when I'm back with the will. Cause I am just up on the journey. You just know that I'm just going to say.
Warriors, rise. Grand rising. Good evening, warriors all over the world. My apologies for the later video. I've been doing quite a bit of traveling. So last night I was at the Star Dogs event in Hollywood, California, and I just want to say thank you. It was such an honor meeting you guys. It was so amazing. I also have an event coming up April 14th and 15th in Mesa, Arizona. You can click the link down below to join that event. It is a private event, so we have 70 spots. They're filling up very quickly. That's coming up in about 2 weeks here in Mesa, Arizona. And I'd love to meet you guys. It's a very private event. You get to meet me, you get to meet my wealth building team, and the Good Morning Crypto Show intimate event at our facility in Mesa, Arizona. That's in the description down below. But let's kick it off. So this video, a little bit later today, I just got off a plane, just got home, popped up the video, so I don't have my fun backgrounds and stuff like that. But again, I just want to start out with an attitude of gratitude and say thank you. I love you. I appreciate all of you guys so much. So the video I'm about to show you, I got it off of Digital Asset Investors Twitter. I highly recommend you go follow him. I found the video that he posted, and he put out the same thing. You know, this is going to upset you, but I want you to listen to the co-founder, John Lubin of Ethereum, and what he actually says. He says Gary Gensler is the shiny knight for decentralization. But as we always do here at the Warrior Academy, let's break down the words, and then I'm going to show you what happened with Coinbase with a Wells notice, and then I'm going to give you my perspective on I think what's happening. Now remember, well, let's start with my perspective. First they resist it, then they sue it, then they regulate it, then they join it. If you can stay calm through this process, you are going to do very well. Now, we're all guessing. I'm telling you guys, we're all guessing. No influencer has insight, deep insight. We're all making best guesses as we can, okay? Again, I work harder on myself than I do anything else. That's the most important thing that I do, because if everything goes to zero, I got my heart, brain coherence, my relationship with God, and following the life of Jesus. I love every single human being, no matter what religion you are. I know it has nothing to do with the video we're talking about, but I think it's important to understand who I am, and that I unconditionally love you as we go through this journey together. But you need to get your shit together. You need to get your shit together. Mental health is going to be very important. All right, so let's go into the video, what you came here for. Okay, so we're going to watch this video, and of course, I'm going to narrate it quite a bit here. I'll stop it a couple times. It's a little bit of a longer video, but this is John. His name is John Lubin. He's the co-founder of Ethereum. But listen to some of the stuff he says at this event. And at the end of it, when he says a certain thing about Gary Gensler, he actually gets booed. But there's some silver lining to the things that he said. I think in my opinion, I know through consensus, Ethereum is deep in the banking system. So I know that for a fact based on my knowledge of banking, things like that. The thing we need to think about is we've known as a community that Ethereum is part of the banking system, right? What this tells you, here's a silver lining, is that cryptocurrency, blockchain technology, innovative technologies are here to stay. Our jobs are to pick the winners and losers. Some are going to be losers. Some are going to get smashed. Some aren't going to make it, just like the auto boom, just like the .com boom. And now we're in the crypto boom and bust. Okay. Some are going to survive. Some of your favorite cryptos are going to get crushed. That's why you need to make sure you have a diversified portfolio, not just in crypto, but outside. So let's just jump right into the video.
But because people operate by fear and greed quite often, we've had a bumpy road. So the dot-com boom and bust is very similar. And I'm hoping that that regulators will make CeFi or money crypto much better behaved and protect consumers much better. And I'm hoping that regulators will recognize that tech crypto is just innovation. We're a building mechanism, and don't mess with innovation.
Okay, so he's got deep insight, right? I mean, he's deep in the banking cartel. He just told us what they're going to do. In my opinion, I would love to hear a comment. He's talking about they're going to have a regulation for cryptocurrencies, which are actually monetary exchanges for money exchange, and then the innovation cryptos, right? So we need to understand the difference between the two. Remember, Jamie Dimon, crypto is fraud. Blockchain is here to stay. They want the blockchain. They want the innovative technologies. They don't want the currencies. They want their own central bank digital currency.
All right. You're saying this as a CEO of a centralized company that has banks as clients and investors. So
Yep.
how do you see, like, are you saying consensus will also decentralize at some point, or like how
Yep.
does that go together?
Yeah, so it's 2023.
Yeah, it's weird. He keeps saying that through his whole speech. It's 2023, almost kind of like facetiously. I'm not understanding what he means by that. I think he's saying, like, hey, man, like, we're moving to blockchain, cryptocurrency. Although, I think that's what he's saying with that.
Hard, but possible to be a purely decentralized organization. And decentralization largely looks like autonomous mechanism. There will likely always be people either operating in a quasi-decentralized fashion in decentralized organizations like DAOs. There's certainly elements of vertical organization, the way we see in the traditional economy, combined with elements of horizontal organization, which we see in protocols and decentralized organizations. And so that's increasingly
Make sure that you hang in there, guys. He's going to say something that's going to irritate the crap out of you.
going to be the way that that people operate in the economy. As a company that started in essentially 2014, when there was no ecosystem, we did what we did to initiate ourselves and to grow and to do things that fostered adoption for the ecosystem and to experiment with lots of different applications and build infrastructure so many people could do more experimentation and find product market fit. And then we're on a rapidly accelerating progressive decentralization arc right now. So for projects like Infura, for projects like MetaMask, we're very actively working to decentralize.
So isn't that interesting? So consensus is centralized, right? They're deep in the banking system. At the same time, they're radically working on decentralization. But think about that. There's something happening here that I'm just trying to wrap my head around, that they're slowing the system down with the XRP Ripple case, Ripple and SEC case, right? They're slowing things down so they can get into regulation, so they can make sure that they can run everything through the monetary system. You know that crypto banks, they call them crypto banks, have to have a master account at the Federal Reserve. What I think is going to happen is the way that they're going to do this is how they're going to control your crypto is in order to use it in the actual ecosystem or to buy a house or do stuff like that. Everything's going to have to run through these exchanges, and they're going to have a master account, which they're going to be able to monitor. And I just feel like that's where we're going with this, where, exchanges are going to be crypto banks, banks are going to be crypto exchanges. So you kind of see what I'm saying with that?
But consensus will always be a company, just sort of its projects could be.
So it's 2023.
Like, why does he keep saying that? I mean, comment down below. It's 2023. It's 2023. I'm trying to wrap my head around why he keeps saying that facetiously.
And there are projects that have exited to community or decentralized themselves. I can imagine some of our products possibly exiting to community, even while we continue to play a big role in the evolution of those projects. And I can certainly imagine consensus maintaining its brain trust of amazing talent while making use of the technology that we've developed, and we sort of become more natively decentralized over time. I think for quite some time, there will be traditional banks and certainly nation state money, and we will be part of the traditional economy and the next generation economy.
Here you go. The traditional economy, next generation, they're part of the transition, guys. They're part of this whole ecosystem. They've been part of the ecosystem the whole time. We're all being played, guys. This is methodically being planned out step by step, move by move. You do this, you sue this company, you sue them, you make this move, you sue Kraken, you stop them from staking. Kraken commits to being a cryptocurrency bank, one of the first cryptocurrency banks that's regulated probably by the FDIC, and they comply with the SEC. It's just, it seems so logical to me what's happening.
This is not our first rodeo, pun intended. When we talked in 2021 in Hamburg at a conference, you said there's a great divergence where DeFi and Wall Street are sort of moving closer together. Is that still the trajectory, or post FTX, are we maybe going apart a little bit?
Yeah, so ultimately, decentralized finance will just be called finance because traditional finance will make use of these much better mechanisms, and decentralized finance will grow exponentially to serve people and organizations better than regulated centralized finance can.
See, this is so important. He's in the banking system, right? They know this. Jamie Dimon said to us, you should be scared shitless of fintech. So guess what he did? He started his own blockchain company called Onyx. Think about that. 2017, Wells Fargo linked up with R3. We know Bank of America, Ripple, and the patent, right? So they knew this was coming. So they're like, we're not going to let this run away from us. And now we're going through bank bail-ins right now. The big banks are going to monopolize them, and their whole business model is going to change into customer service, speed of transaction, fee income.
It's going to take quite a while, possibly, maybe not. But regulators in the United States and the United States itself sees this phenomenon.
Okay, just pay attention now. This is the part that's going to irritate you.
Of decentralization as potentially a national security threat. The regulators and law enforcement see the technology as something that they need to either slow down or curtail in some ways.
Perfect. He said it. Slow down and curtail. How do you do that? You throw a case against Ripple, one of the largest cryptocurrency companies, well-run cryptocurrency companies. You scare the shit out of the market. Whatever happens with XRP happens with the market.
Or help to fit into the laws of the different nations. And the laws of the different nations are going to evolve in time. So cities used to have roads, and there used to be horses and horse-drawn carriages on those roads, and the automobile technology came along, and there are some odd things, like there's a law where you had to walk in front of a car when the car was moving down the road. And so the laws changed, the infrastructure evolved and matured, and we'll see that.
Do I hear you say the DeFi idea of having permissionless smart contracts where you don't need a bank, you don't need KYC, that will not be possible in the US?
Yeah, 100%. And I don't think that's going to be that controversial.
So what he's saying, just so you guys know, KYC is know your customer. And he's saying that won't be possible. Like all exchanges, all cryptocurrency, it's all going to be KYC, know your customer, right? So they're either going to get on board with it, or the America's going to crush them.
Smart contracts are a mechanism. So you don't want to regulate technology. You don't want to regulate mechanism. Nation states will want to regulate usages of that mechanism. So if you're using it in a way that's clearly not healthy for the citizens, then I imagine that governments will have something to say about that. But I'm much more sanguine about what's happening with regulators, at least in the United States. It sure looks like there's some selfish things happening, either maybe on the bank lobby side, maybe on the regulator side. But I also feel like, hey, there's some...
Okay, this is it. Hang on, strap on your seatbelt.
Terrible projects, some fraudulent, insidious projects, and it's good that regulators are going after them and making people think twice about doing things like that. It's also true that a lot of tokens look like securities. It's also true that many offerings that at first glance don't look like securities are doing subtle things that the SEC, I think, rightly is pointing out are not purely decentralized. So Kraken, big fan of Kraken, but they did offer a staking product that had significant elements of centralization, and they were in control of a lot of stuff, and so that essentially makes it a security. If you advertise your very decentralized thing in such a way that it sounds like people are going to be able to make money based on your effort, then just that language can make it a security. So I actually think that, and this will be a little controversial, I think that Gary Gensler and the SEC are doing a great job of driving projects in our ecosystem to radically decentralize themselves. I could even call Gary the shining knight of decentralization.
Oh boy.
So I agree that there may be ulterior motives, and I'm not a fan of those things, but we need to get very serious about being decentralized full stack.
There you go. There you go. Comment down below. What do you think? At the same time, here we go. We got the Coinbase got their Wells notice, probably means that a case is coming, right? We asked the SEC for reasonable crypto rules for Americans. We got legal threats instead. Today, the SEC gave Coinbase a Wells notice regarding undefined portions of their listed digital assets. Our staking services, Coinbase Earn, Coinbase Prime, Coinbase Wallet, after our cursory investigation, we are prepared for this disappointing development. We are confident in the legality of our assets and services, and if needed, we will welcome the legal process to provide the clarity we have been advocating for, and to demonstrate to the SEC simply has not been fair or reasonable when it comes to its engagement on digital assets. Rest assured, Coinbase products and services will continue to operate as usual. Today's news does not require any changes to our current products and services. First, they resist it, then they sue it, then they regulate it, then they join it. Then the institutions come in. The reason why it's so unbelievably volatile right now is because the market is so thin. Eventually, you won't have these massive swings 10 to 12, 13, 14 years from now, because the market is so volatile, because there's such a thin market. But when all the institutions are involved and the stacks of technology are left after the boom and bust, those of you who hold on to some of these technologies could change your family's life. Remember, there is no get rich quick. There is no get rich quick. You have to get out of that mindset. It's getting wealthy for sure by understanding the pillars of wealth, understanding that it starts with your mind, connecting your heart, and understanding you're already wealthy. So I invite you to join my 120-day challenge. Over 6,000 warriors worldwide have changed their life. It is not just about crypto. It is not just about finance. It's about getting your shit together. Subconscious mind programming, goal setting, vision board creation, how I created this life that I'm living right now. It's very important. This is the greatest time in human history. So I'm going to show you a video. And at the end of that video, down below, you can check the description of this video. If you need any more information, we would love to support you. As we always say, warriors, let's get your shit together. Let's go.
It's designed to keep you trapped. 2017, I walked out of a high-paid vice president job because I was absolutely miserable. Working 16 to 19 hours a day because that's what the system taught me to do. And what I discovered through countless hours of meditation, research, reading books, understanding how the millionaires and billionaires operate, the system is designed to keep you trapped. Today, I own multiple companies. I travel all over the world. I'm financially free, and that's exactly why I created this community of like-minded warriors coming together called the 3T Warrior Academy. Now, I don't say this to brag. I'm sharing this with you to show you what's possible for you. Whether you're just starting out or you're looking to take your life to another level, we believe the Warrior Academy has something for everybody. Processes that take you step by step through discipline, consistent activities, and that's exactly what you're going to get. Our 120-day challenge, all you have to do is open up the app and take it day by day. We're going to take you through the discipline, consistent activities to take your life to the next level. Within 1 week, you're going to feel a difference. Within a month, people are going to notice a change in you. That's how powerful this 120-day challenge is. So if you're truly ready to break free from the old paradigm into a new paradigm of discipline, consistency, great relationship with your family, financial freedom, and learning the pillars of wealth that will change your life and generational wealth to come, I'm going to invite you to do our program for 7 days for free. The 120-day challenge has changed over 5,000 warriors' lives worldwide, and we hope to be yours next.
Warriors, let's get your together. Let's go.